Okay, so in today's video, I want to go over how to ride a finger mountain bike and show some like tricks you can do and stuff. It's something that a lot of people I've seen are doing it in what I would call the incorrect way, but really whatever is fun is the correct way for you. But the first thing I want to go over is how to hold a finger mountain bike. This is something I see a lot of people do differently, but I think there is one way that makes a lot of sense and allows you to do most of the tricks you can do on an actual mountain bike. And the way that's going to be is you're going to put your thumb and pointer finger on the ends of the bars. And then you're going to put your middle finger on the far side peg, but not on the end. So one thing I see a lot of people do is they try to put their finger on the end of the peg. You want to put it inside. You want to put it grabby the frame, and then on the other side you want to put your ring finger and pinky finger, just your pinky finger just kind of pressed up against your ring finger on the other side on the peg. So on certain bikes, like on the bikes which I call the internal shock bikes, which have a shock inside the frame, versus the downhill bikes, so a shock not outside the frame, but there's no direct connection from the rear triangle. You want to hold the bikes on the downhill external shock frames more with one finger on either side of the peg. So like this, less like straight on top. Whereas when you have a internal shock frame, you want it to be mostly straight on top. So this allows you to move the bars, take your feet off if you need to. Whereas a lot of the ways I see people do it are like riding with like this or something, which if you try to take your feet off, you can't hold the bike anymore. So that's one of the other ways I've seen, but I think this way makes the most sense out of anything. Any way that you can ride a finger mountain bike. And so you can always add a little bit of this, but I wouldn't go to like the extent of like doing this or something. Like I wouldn't go on either side of this so much that because if you do that, your fingers can hit the ground, or you're just gonna like slide down on the without the suspension even compressing. And then if you put your fingers out here and you hit something big, you're probably gonna end up like scratching your fingers. Just doesn't feel too great. You also is way harder if you try to do like a trick like a can when you pull it off and then try to get back on. If you don't, it's hard to like see it and gauge the distance for such a small thing where you can just pinch the frame otherwise, which gives you the most realistic control of the bike compared to like a real mountain bike. So this is what I'd recommend most people do. And then some tricks are, of course, like whips, where it's just a lean angle and then kick back. And on any bikes without turning handlebars, just lean, kick back. Still very fun. And I'd say that's like the easiest trick to do. Then there's like cans, which are pretty simple. You kick out one leg, like those are all kind of easy. Supermans, like most tricks are self-explanatory. One thing I want to go over is how to do a 360 or a backflip. So here's my right arm. I'm right-handed, so this is my right arm. And if I try to do a 360 right now, I'm going to get stopped either way I go. I can only go halfway in either direction. What I'm going to do instead is I'm going to go here and I'm going to turn halfway inside. I'm going to turn halfway inside and then this way. This is my starting direction. Now if I go up, I can do a full 360 in this direction. And then I end up like this. So it's just you start 180 degrees so that you can end 180 degrees over to the natural state. So start and natural. For backflips, it's just a little more of a pull at the same time. And you just do the same thing. So start in the 180 degree state and you can do the backflip. So I'm going to show you some of these tricks on jumps, and you can try them out on your own finger bikes. So one trick I forgot to demonstrate earlier that can take a bit of time to learn is a tabletop, which on finger mountain bikes is actually really similar to how you do it on a normal mountain bike, but not entirely intuitive. So on a bike with turning bars, what I'm going to do is I'm going to lean it up and I'm going to curl this finger in over the top of the bar, pulling it up kind of. And then as it goes down, I just do it another way. And in the easier way, which is to the inside, just the same thing. Curl the thumb over the bar, and then when it comes back, you're back on the side. But here, curled over, back on the inside. If I grab one of these bikes, it's simpler. It's just press and curl the finger like this. So it's curling in so that the tip is like going against there. And you just do that on both sides to be at a table on one of these. So it's a little simpler with the bikes with bars that don't turn.